Thank you, Mr. Minister and dear friend Alexander, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Let me start by expressing my sincere thanks to Minister Alexander Schallenberg for his kind invitation, as well as for the fruitful consultations that we have already had today. It is for me a great pleasure and distinct honor to undertake this official visit, which bears witness to our willingness and to our commitment to preserve and further nurture the historic relations between our two countries. Austria has always been and continues to be one of our privileged partners due to our bonds of cooperation that are deeply rooted in a solid ground of trust, confidence, and shared interests. Given its central position in the European continent, its active role within the European Union, as well as its pivotal place in the world of multilateral diplomacy, as a host of the Vienna chapter of the United Nations, and to other important international organizations, Austria has always had a very specific position in Algeria's partnerships. 2 years ago, we have celebrated the 60th anniversary since the establishment of the diplomatic relations between our two countries. Today, we are thoroughly reviewing the state of these relations and explore possibilities and the opportunities for achieving higher levels of economic cooperation and political coordination. We both agree, I think, that the current levels of trade and investment between our two countries do not really reflect the huge potential that exists for partnership and cooperation. In this regard, I briefed Minister Alexander Schallenberg on the process of economic renewal that Algeria is currently going through under the leadership of the President of the Republic, Mr. Abdelmajid Tebboune. A process that has created enormous opportunities in many areas that we both consider as priority areas for our bilateral cooperation. This includes notably the fields of renewable energies, agriculture, railways, industries, water resources, pharmaceutical, and many other sectors in which my country has recently launched structural projects that can be promoted jointly with our Austrian partner. In this context, our two countries have embarked together with Italy, as you have mentioned, and Germany on an ambitious project for the development, transport, and marketing of green hydrogen. Algeria attaches great importance to that project, known as the South H2 Corridor, which will connect North Africa to the heart of Europe, with the aim of reducing both regions' dependence on non-renewable sources of energy. We both express satisfaction at the agreement reached recently between our two departments in charge of energy to conclude a memorandum of understanding on renewable energies that will undoubtedly open new prospects for our political cooperation in this area. Mindful of the various opportunities for cooperation and partnership, our role as representatives of our two governments is to ensure that the institutional mechanisms and the legal framework are fit for the purpose that we want to achieve, which is that of giving a new momentum to our bilateral relations. In this regard, Mr. Minister, I think that we can agree on the need to finalize negotiations. 7 bilateral agreements that are currently under consideration. We have also envisaged the importance of activating the Joint Business Council, which we hope will be the driving force in enhancing the economic cooperation between Algeria and Austria. Having said that, our consultations today have also covered a wide range of political issues and will continue to cover more of similar issues during the lunch. These issues are of common interest and shared concern to our two countries. We have reviewed and exchanged views about the crisis situations prevailing mainly in the Middle East, where Gaza is undergoing unspeakable and unwarranted pain and suffering, and is confronted to mass killings and destructions on an unprecedented scale. We share the same concerns about all these crises and conflicts. We also share the same attachment to international law and to the principles enshrined in the United Nations Charter. I sincerely believe that in these troubled times, the entire humanity is in great need of the UN to continue to guide us and to show us the way forward. From its current position in the Security Council, I can assure you that Algeria will continue to advocate for the essential and vital role of the United Nations, which, in our view, is indispensable and irreplaceable. Finally, we have discussed the partnership between Algeria and the European Union, and we will continue to do the same over the lunch. To say the least, the recent developments witnessed in this regard have emphasized the need to have a genuine dialogue with our European friends with a view to reinvigorating our efforts towards building a balanced partnership, a partnership that is truly respectful of the vital interests of each party, and a partnership that fully takes into account Algeria's aspirations in terms of economic development as its major concern as a reliable, responsible, and trustworthy partner of the European continent. Thank you once again, Mr. Minister.